Hey guys, this is the Equestrian channel and welcome to the first ever ride with me. So sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. You get it? Right, enough of the jokes, Emma, let's start. So this was me and Eva on a cold winter morning. So what I like to do first of all with the horses, because they're a wee bit older, I like to give them a good stretch out for about 10 minutes on each rein, doing circles as well, just getting them bending. I didn't film all of the walk because it was just walking around the arena getting them stretched. After we've had a good stretch at walk, we usually start with some trotting, and I usually do this on both reins. This again is a nice loose trot, just getting her to stretch as well, encouraging her to put her head down, but she's actually not too good at that, and you can see here she gets a wee bit hyper, she raises her head, and I just slow her down to make sure she's listening to my aids. Every time the horses come into the arena, we start with the same warm-up routine just so they know what they're doing, they know the routine, and I just find this so beneficial for my horses because that's when I know they're listening and we can continue on to what we're doing that day. Even in our warm-up routine, I still like to include circles on each rein, still allowing them to stretch around the circle, making it quite big. That's just because they're older horses, I don't want them to stiffen up, so I feel like getting them bending straight away just loosens them up, gets them ready to go. Circle, I will continue round the arena in that nice loose trot. I will then change rein by doing a half circle and repeat on the other rein. So I had done the circle on the other rein and I just done another half circle just to change back to the previous rein that I was on. I'm moving across the arena, starting my figure of 8. Again, changing reins. I like to include a lot of rein changes just to keep her on her toes and encourage bending basically, and that's me just coming back round onto the other rein. And then a downwards transition back into walk to give her a rest, and there we go, a good pat to say well done. She moved nicely around the arena, she was keeping a good outline even though she was on a longer rein, and I was quite proud of her at this point when she hadn't been in the school for about 2 weeks, so yeah. We go back up into trot and do the full warm-up routine again, but this time more collected, and some parts of the arena I will ask her to extend. So down the long side of the arena I have asked her to extend and she's doing it okay, but could be better. Coming up the other side of the arena, our extension is much better than it was on the other side, and look at her go. down to the bottom of the arena, she was more focused on the mountain block and cone sitting in the corner that we kind of went off track, but she had passed it a million times, so she was just being a silly Eva. So we had a nice walk around just for her to catch her breath again, and here I asked her to go back up into trot and she threw me a little skip. But that is just the pleasures of owning a mare, of having a Lipizzaner. The breed is known to be quite sensitive. Me and Eva are just doing a circle at the bottom of the arena. I like to do circles at the top of the arena, at the bottom of the arena, in the middle of the arena, just anywhere, because from previous experience of just doing circles at the top of the arena, the horse starts napping when you ask them to do it anywhere else. At this point, Eva gets quite confused what I'm asking her to do, but that's my fault, not giving enough leg and reinforcing her to actually go around the circle. I mean, and did get a nice flying change, but that wasn't the point. So I just asked her to stop and gather her thoughts, and we continued on. An upwards transition into canter, and here I ask for a flying change and she gives me another little skip. Flying change could have been a lot cleaner, but it'll do for not being in work for 2 weeks. Flying changes are something that we're trying to work on, because she does get excited, as you've seen, giving me a wee skip. We've also done that on the other rein, but the Pivo never caught it. With a normal flat work session, I do like to include some lateral work just to encourage bending and getting them working from their hind legs. So here we're just practicing some sitting trots, and my position here is okay, but I'm a wee bit further back than what I would like my position to be. But this is the reason why I got the Pivo, was to record myself riding and I could pick up on my faults and try and correct them. Like I said, everything I do on one rein, I do on the other rein, so this is just more lateral work. That's Eva's flat work session finished, and what I do now is I let Eva have her head with a loose rein and just let her walk about, cool her off for about 10 minutes. She does this weird stepping thing, as you can see in the video, that she puts her head down and steps forward. She's always done that. So you've got to see a wee bit of a normal flat work session that I do with Eva and Lila. Sometimes I'll change it up and I'll focus more on like flying changes, or I'll put some poles down and we'll incorporate them into the session as well. Also this day I took Lila out a hack. I like to get the horses out a hack each week for some stretching and just so they're not in the school all the time. This route is off-road and you also see some deer bouncing by. We do a lot of trotting on the way around just to increase our heart rate and get her going. There's a straight bit as well for a good gallop, which is Lila's favourite part. Lila heading back home now. I'm just going to finish the video off here, guys. If you've made it to the end, well done, because I know it's been a lengthy one. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe.